how would you think your line did well tonight specifically to generate?
Just kind of kept it simple. Early I thought we tracked well, turned a lot of pucks over. And then if it was there, we got a lot of possession. They had some good numbers at times, and we were smart with it to the neutral zone and, started creating some movement and got some pucks through. And, I thought overall, all of us, contributed.
There's been some swings in the lead over the last number of games, which isn't characteristic for your team. How did you put a stop to that tonight?
Yeah, I thought we did good coming out. Their first goal, I thought it was, bouncing puck. It's just kind of goes that way. It didn't let us deteriorate from our game plan, and we stuck with it. And we were able to keep coming. And top to bottom, it was a full team effort tonight. Everybody did a great job. So it's you need that in this league. You need to be 4 lines deep, and really showed our depth tonight.
Not sure if you've had a good look at it. If you had, how would you describe Mark Scheifele's pass to Josh on that goal?
I haven't had a great look, but just from my view on the ice, it was a great play. Had to go through 2 defenders. I'm not sure. I'm sure he put it through a couple triangles, and Josh just had to make sure he had a firm stick and kept it on the ice. And Mark put it on his tape, and he's shown obviously his ability to score out throughout the year. But we all know he's a great passer, and he seems to whatever it is, kind of pull a guy to him. Put it through the triangle. He's got great hands in tight, and a couple great passes tonight to show off.
Speaking of hands in tight, were you looking off the mask or off the shoulder, or what did you see on your?
Just try to keep my feet moving wide, and held it on the forehand to still be a threat. Obviously, it was a pretty wide angle. Just as it got down there, the pass was kind of taken, and as I was looking, saw a little bit of room, and just put it upstairs.
Last bank like that I can remember off a helmet is Buffalo in 2019 against the Blues. Any chance you remember that?
No.
Okay, playoffs game 3. And did it go off helmet? Is that what you pulled?
I don't remember, to be honest. Yeah.
Kyle, you played NCAA with Zach Werenski. Do you see any similarities between his game and Josh Morrissey, and if so, what are they?
Yeah, for sure. Both guys can skate. It's. When you're that type of player that plays a ton of minutes, you got to be able to. We all know about their offensive ability, but I think Josh is very underrated. The way he shuts down and plays against the top line and can skate with anybody. Gets up in the rush. He's skating all the way up there, makes the breakout. Next thing you know, he's backdoor from finding a pass from Scheifele, and he's first guy coming back, so they cover a lot of ground. And in the defensive zone, he's our best defender too. He plays physical. He's got a great stick, so he can kind of do it all for us. And he's one of the best in the league for sure.
You mentioned defense scoring. 3 defensemen scored tonight. What are you liking as an offensive player to see that mindset on the D-core?
Yeah, it's just getting up the ice. We talk about it on the defensive side. If we're forwards going to the forecheck, you can't allow their D to beat you up the ice, and it's so tough to defend. A lot of times you have the F3, and it's not clean 3-on-2s, and you need that 4th wave. And I think our D have shown great speed and obviously the ability to finish and shoot the puck.
Kyle, you've skated alongside Mark Scheifele for many of his 898 games. What has it been for you to see him take those strides to become that player who is now the franchise leader, all-time games player?
Yeah, kind of flew under the radar. I don't know if other guys knew, but I kind of had no idea. But awesome accomplishment. He's been a pillar for this organization for a long time. One of our first draft picks here. Even my first couple of years, and just being mentors to so many guys. And he leads by example. He's also very vocal, carrying guys, pushing each other, and he bleeds Winnipeg Jet hockey, and he lays his heart and his sleeve out there every time he steps on the ice, and pretty cool accomplishment to have that record. Yep.
Mark, what did you feel your line did to generate the way that you did offensively tonight?
Yeah, I thought the first period I thought we played really well. Second period we kind of got away from it a little bit. Obviously, got one, and then the third kind of just tried to have speed, tried to have support. They didn't have a lot of plays through the neutral zone, so was able to turn pucks over and re-attack. And obviously a good shot by KC and a good shot by Stan there.
Mark, Arnie said earlier today that you guys to take advantage of the schedule with Columbus coming in a bit late this morning. Do you feel you guys did that overall? Yeah,
I think so. The first game after a long road trip, you kind of never know what you're going to get. So you just try to get the energy up and know that they had a tough. That's a really tough back-to-back for those guys. So we knew we just wanted to jump on them early, and it was a good effort.
Kyle said he didn't know you were set to become the franchise leader in games played. How long have you been eyeing this?
I didn't know either. I didn't know either. So obviously it's pretty cool. Been here for a long time, so I feel old some days, but obviously it's a tremendous honor.
Mark, in real time, how do you describe that play of just finding Josh on the backside? Like, do you see that seam, or just take us through your mentality coming over the blue line?
I knew we kind of had a 3-on-2-ish rush, so I was just kind of waiting for lanes to open up, and kind of saw Josh starting to go towards the back door, and just kind of saw the positioning of the D-man, so just tried to make a good pass and put it on his tape, and great finish by him.
Mark, knowing Logan Stanley so well, what has it been like for you to see him take that next step this season?
Oh, he's been awesome. Obviously with Samby out to start the year, we needed someone to step up, and he did a fantastic job. And now with Samby back, he has all that confidence. He knows he can, he knows he can play a great game, and I think he's been absolutely fantastic for us all season, and I know he's looking to just keep getting better and better.
Did you expect that monster of a shot from the point tonight from him?
I've seen it. I saw it in warm up a couple times actually. He can rip it when he wants to, and that was a snipe.
You really celebrated that goal. How high of a jump is it to jump up and hug him around the shoulders?
Yeah, he probably felt like I was a little baby in his arms. I was obviously very pumped for him. So that was obviously a big goal, and great shot, and just kudos to him.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Scheifele and those guys. It helped where I had Lau against them, and if I couldn't, then Bears line was going against them, and I thought that all 6 guys did a really good job, and no disrespect to the other lines, but the matchups worked out great. You know, put Scheifele against one of the other group, and then JT against their matchup as well. So it's nice when you have 6 guys that you can rely on to be, to do the right things. I thought everybody was good tonight in the sense of defending first and not giving Columbus a whole lot of room to work.
What did you see from the top line, Scott, specifically from those guys today?
Well, I mean, a couple of highlight plays. That pass by Scheifele to JMO on the back door is, that's top end, and obviously KC's goal. Those are plays that those guys make, and then obviously I know setting up Stan for that the bomb there, but. When they get time and be able to make plays like that, that's where you really see their skill set come out. And we've been very fortunate to be able to watch it here for the last, for quite a while. People that have been around, watching Scheifele be here for a while and KC be here for a while. That, it's fun to watch when they make those plays.
And what does it mean for the back end to get a little bit more involved offensively? 3 goals from them this evening.
Yeah, no, it was big, especially P to get that first one. On the power play, they kind of set it up there. It kind of worked its way through face-offs, and JT winning some draws, and they used the back end net. I like the way that they kind of worked their way into that. But when your D can add offense from that back end, it makes you that much more dangerous. We talk about depth scoring, and sometimes you just look at the forwards. But I think that Columbus is the highest scoring D in the league right now, and that's a big part of the game. If you can have guys coming from that back end and being dangerous and getting their shots to the net or attacking the net, as both as JMO did on his, those are big, and it puts pressure on the opposition.
Scott, Mark has hit a number of milestones this season, but what can you say about him becoming the franchise's all-time leader in games played?
I mean, obviously he's a couple of games now away from 900. I know that first and foremost, the franchise record. That's special. That means you've been able to be, stay healthy. The other side is that, he's an elite athlete, and he takes a lot of pride in his body, and so that he can play, close to 82 games every year, and just the consistency. Obviously, we know all the other stats that have been building with his offense, and I mean, I don't think he ever. He's getting the recognition. I think people are really starting to recognize there's a real good hockey player in Winnipeg.
Offense definitely showing up tonight, but Comrie makes some big saves down the stretch there. What do you see from this team when he's in the crease?
You know what? I think that it's everybody wants to win for either goaltender, but at the end of the day, when your backup goes in, you want to be you want to make sure that you're limiting the amount of opportunities that come the other way. But that's one thing about Combs. He frustrates our players in practice, because that save that he made on the power play diving across, he does it in practice every day, once or twice. So he's very popular in our room. He's around because you can hear him, but he is, for guys to step up, and obviously last year was a little different. We didn't give him the run support. This year we've done a better job when he's been in the net.
One of your veteran D we don't talk about as much is Dylan DeMello. I think he's the one that Wood passed for his breakaway, but he also gets that block with Comrie down and out. Where's his game at in terms of what you're looking for?
Yeah, a lot more consistent, game to game, shift to shift. From him and I had a long chat about it in the summertime, at the end of the year, and then in the summer, and then at training camp. And there's a lot going on. He had a busy summer last year, and I just thought this year he did a great job of preparing himself, and it's shown in his game. With the injury to Sammy was big, and him and JMO playing like they have. The minutes are huge. Being able to do some of the things JMO gets the offensive side, but Mel does a lot of good things defensively. And I know he's mad at himself on the Wood goal, because we had showed some like Columbus does blow out their wingers on some when out of their zone. And but he at the end of the day, his consistency has been real good this year, and that's what we were hoping for.
Just on Scheifele becoming the franchise leader, it seemed Connor didn't necessarily know. Scheif said he was just surprised by it too, but you always seem to know these things. Was this one that you guys were tracking internally, or did it sneak up on you too?
No, we knew. There's another one coming in 2 games too, so there'll be a little bit more of that. We always acknowledge everything, whether it's at the pregame meeting or on the ice, whatever. But yeah, this was kind of knew that was coming on the ice, so kind of let him get his celebration.
Sorry, I got to admit my ignorance. What happens in 2 games?
Just do the math. Do the math.
Whoa, math guy.